all the way complete, but I will add as we go on. Is
Yeah,
that
we'll
cool?
figure it out. That's the whole
We'll
point of
figure
the
it
show.
All right.
You know?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all.
All good. We're live. Welcome back to the definitive ratings of everything. This is episode 18.
Woo!
We're gonna do diseases. We're here with my good friend Opey. Opey, what's up?
What's up, y'all? Thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate this diverse group of people. So I don't like that Matt spoke first, but I'll allow it.
Yeah, well, he whips us when we speak first, so
Yeah.
Leadership. This was an interesting list to put together. This is the most researched list I've done so far, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Kind of similar to the murders list we did. It kind of made me feel depressed.
yeah.
It's like, wow, a lot of people have died. Wait, do you think in history more people have died than haven't died?
Oh
Yeah.
man, definitely.
I'm gonna say more people have died for sure.
Definitely, for sure.
Definitely more people have died.
Yeah, what a sad world.
I mean, metaphorically and physically. You know what I mean? Who really lived?
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, if
man.
you look at it that way, there's like 3 people who've lived. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Well, sometimes your legacy never dies.
No, your legacy
Speak
definitely
on it.
dies after a while.
Well, some
For
people
sure.
don't, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
What?
we're
Yeah.
still talking about a lot of people like Genghis Khan,
Jesus,
Um,
Beethoven,
Jesus, Beethoven,
the dog,
Tupac.
Tupac,
Yeah.
Pretty girl.
Scooter Girl.
Yeah.
Way to pretend to know who that was, Opie. That was very nice of you.
I was like, well, I was gonna say Gabby Petito, but then he said Scooter Girl, and I was like, okay, that's for sure.
Yeah, Gabby Petito. She'll live forever.
Yeah, her legacy, she'll live forever.
Well, her Instagram page definitely will. Over 1 million followers now. Bum, 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 bum.
And that's what she wanted. That's what she wanted. That's good
Night
content.
celebrity.
Yeah.
How shitty to finally get famous and then be dead.
I know. What a bummer. What
Right?
a bummer. Honestly,
Right,
though,
she-
that's probably the best way to go. Die, and then like everyone want you to still be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Muffet.
You know.
Have you gone through her Instagram at all?
No.
Oh,
That feels
bro.
weird to me.
Bro, the comments are so
But you
funny.
have.
Yeah, absolutely. The fuck, I'm very curious as to who's following. Bro, the best people in the comments are the dudes in the Reese's picture, like still trying to fuck. That's my favorite type of
My
comment.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah.
Oh,
And it's
I didn't want to know
dude.
that. That wasn't even on my radar, bro. That's bad news.
That's so funny.
It's
That's
just
nasty work.
Matt
Oh.
being like gorgeous, amazing, so hot. Miss you,
Like,
Angel.
He's sipping
Yeah.
in perpetuity.
I
This
hope they
is
find you.
terrible.
I hope they find you, baby. It's like, dude, you posted this hour ago. She's been dead for like 2 months now. Like, what?
Do you think her Instagrams like now are like Mona Lisa, where people like are simping over this girl who's like long gone?
Oh, I mean, some. If it's not her, the groundwork is there for somebody to be the Mona Lisa of Instagram.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
Dirty.
Yeah.
Poetic.
That is nasty work. You know she's dead.
All right. Well, let's talk about something a little more.
Uplifting.
Not sure what it is. We're gonna rank the top 10 diseases. Opie, we like to start with you giving your number one.
Okay, my number one is the flu.
All right.
The flu.
Okay.
Just the general flu. It's killed over 100 million people. It's been around forever.
Mhm.
You know, we still get it, and it's still like wipes you out. That's a week gone if you got the flu.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the Tim Duncan of diseases. It's got so many championships. It's like not flashy, but it's like every time you're like, oh, made the All-Star team again? Oh wow, that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
But then you look at the stats, you're like, wow, I didn't know it was doing that this year.
Yeah, and its rookie season was flashy.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
flashy.
It definitely
Yeah.
was strong.
He came out like
Can you
Magic
imagine the
Johnson,
first-
Yeah.
Exactly.
which
Oh dear.
foreshadowing.
It brought him back, too.
Yeah. All right, I have flu in my top 3. I had flu in my top 3 as well.
I'd flu at 5.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's definitely
Yeah.
a strong one.
Yeah. All right. What'd you have at number 1, Matt?
I had cancer number 1.
Ooh.
I had cancer number 1 as well.
Okay.
Ooh,
I had cancer
okay.
number 2.
All right.
Okay. Okay. So what's it?
Number 1 then.
Heart disease.
Okay.
Ooh.
I had it on my list. I didn't.
It's the number one
Heart disease
killer
didn't make
of
my list.
Americans like every year for like the last, I don't know, quarter century.
Yeah, I wonder what the numbers are in terms of, because I know it's like the number 1 killer, but in terms of like historically where it would rank on the list, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine heart disease would rank pretty high, just because as you get older, that's probably the one thing that fails that kills you the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because something has got to be number 1, and if I had to guess, I would say heart disease was always pretty high.
Yeah.
That's kind of why it's not. I don't really have it on my list, and it should be now that. But I did think about it. But it is like, well, something has to kill you, and so heart disease to me seems like more like, that's something that just sort of happens over time.
So heart disease since 2015 has consistently killed 2.7 million Americans. In 2020, it killed 33. Or 3.3, sorry. It's still whooping COVID's ass.
Well, yeah, everything's whooping COVID's ass.
Yeah, COVID's hype. It's not even real.
COVID's a
Sorry. What?
Can you please wear your mask during the...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. This is
right now, actually.
I do.
You do? And you're
That's
vaping?
also HIPAA. That's HIPAA, yeah.
and you blow your smoke at us like a fucking crazy person.
Oh my god.
It's not that bad. I got like a little stuffy nose.
Did you think you got the Omicron version?
I think it's
You got
Omicron. This should, yeah, it's kind of
Omicron?
soft.
Hella soft. COVID's getting softer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's becoming the flu. It's
COVID's
just like a less-
rapidly moving down my list.
All right, so let's talk.
I'm okay with cancer number 1, though.
Yeah,
It is cancer.
For me, like cancer, just it encompasses so much, you know.
Yeah.
Like, every part
Yes.
of the body.
Yeah, I want heart disease number 1 just because of straight numbers, but like cancer is that's that guy.
Also,
He is him.
cancer out of all the most seems the most fully unfair.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like a lot of mine, like you can sort of avoid, like it, you know what I mean? But like cancer is like everything causes cancer. The air causes cancer. The sun causes cancer. The food you eat causes cancer. Being alive just causes cancer. That's like, it's just the most unfair of the diseases. It's the hardest to hear.
The thing about cancer, though, that I'll say that this is why it's not my number 1 is your body's always beating off cancer. Like your body, it's kind of like that's a fail on you a little bit. Honestly. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. If you have cancer, you weren't brave enough. That should be the take.
That's like because your cancer cells are always building up in your cells, and it's like if your mitochondria end up on par, should I really be like, yo, this is your body not doing its work, you know?
But I think you're not giving enough credit to cancer. Like, if our body is constantly fighting off cancer and it still affects that many people and it can still kill you as often as it does,
1 in 3.
that's a powerful disease.
But cancer don't got a season though.
Every season
Exactly.
is cancer season, bro.
It's always cancer season.
It's always cancer
It's
season,
cancer-
baby.
Cancer season's year round.
Yeah.
So imagine
If
like
every week
store
was
that's always going out of business.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah,
Is
no,
that
no.
what
Imagine if every week was Shark Week. That's cancer.
But then it's not special. But imagine if Toyotathon was all year long. That's the flu. The flu is Toyotathon.
Ooh, it's Toyotathon. I do like that. That's pretty good. You're not changing me.
I
But
agree with you. Cancer is my number 2. I don't know if I'm jumping over, but it's like
No, that's okay.
No.
I think the fact that it's 2 number 1s and a number 2. I
it's
feel
2
like
number
this-
1 and 2 number 2s. It's number one
It's
the
number 1 on the list.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
definitely. I respect cancer.
Yeah.
It's got its own-
Yeah, hey,
even-
hey,
Nothing but
cancer.
respect for cancer.
Respect, dog. Yeah.
So we want to go number 1 then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
cancer.
think we
number
can do
one's
number
pretty
1
solid.
for cancer. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
All right, then.
that's fair.
We'll We'll talk flu coming up soon, I'm sure. Hassan, what'd you have at number 2?
I had AIDS, HIV/AIDS.
Damn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had the cold.
Ooh,
Cold.
common cold. Damn, I
think
didn't even
about
think
that.
about that. That's good.
Ooh, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, because I have AIDS at 4, so like flu, cold, and AIDS are my next 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Alright.
mean,
What'd you have around here?
I don't see how, now that you say the common cold, it's like I don't see how that can't be number 2, because I feel like that's the one that everyone is sick with the most.
Yeah.
That's the
Couple times a year, guaranteed.
Out of everything on my list, the cold is something, flu as well, I guess, but the cold is something for sure everyone has had. For sure. Multiple times a year.
Mm-hmm. Now, does that diminish how good it is? Because it's not really wiping motherfuckers out.
Yeah, it doesn't have a kill rate as high as the other ones, but everyone gets it all the time.
Everyone gets it. That's true. True.
So if we're going pure numbers, but maybe we give a defensive player his props and
I give it
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
he's shutting down everybody.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you get the cold first, so your defenses are down, so then you can get like the flu.
Yeah.
Well, you get the flu, you get pneumonia. Like the cold,
Cold is just like it's like a couple jabs throughout like cold season.
Yeah.
right.
You can get
right.
the big shit.
And yeah, if you're sick, if you have like AIDS, as I mentioned earlier, then you get the cold. Shit's real. Like it is like a little warning shot of a disease. Just like, yo, make sure your shit's on point, otherwise I can fuck you up.
It's a nice straight jab.
Yes, you're right. It is a jab. So,
I
I mean,
like
I'm
flu
fine.
colds that have like really fucked me up. So I think I respect that.
Yeah. Well, especially now, these post-COVID colds, especially after we spent a whole year inside, the first couple colds just kicked my ass hardcore.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was real. That was real. Okay, you know what?
See, it's coming for you now. You disrespect it. It's gonna come for you.
Yeah. I heard you talking shit.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, do we like it more than flu?
Yes.
I think so. I think in my mind it would go cold and then flu 3. I think flu has to be top 3 here.
Yeah, I do too. I really do.
Now my number 3 is gonna be a little. I don't think y'all will agree with number 3, but
I'm okay.
Wait, did everyone go for number 2?
Yeah. Well, so we went cold flu, so that's what we have.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
wait. So we're going cancer, cold, flu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why,
Okay, so
I got other. I mean, I got flu at 5, but yeah, no, we can keep going.
Well, then
I'm not gonna win the argument, so it doesn't really matter.
well, any one of them beats flu. I'm definitely down to if we can find one that beats.
Yeah,
flu.
I'll get to him, but we can put flu there for right now.
Yeah.
okay,
All right. So what do you have at 3, Opie?
I got Ebola.
Okay.
Ebola at number 3. Dog, Ebola is the gnarliest disease. Like blood comes out your eyes, your mouth, your asshole, your fingernails,
Ew.
your intestines disintegrate. Like it's Kevorkian how good that disease is.
Yeah, I will say this. I think Ebola just has Ebola, as nasty as it is, has a super good PR team.
Yes.
For
You
sure.
think the PR is good for Ebola?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like it's one of those things.
America.
It scared America, and there was like what 4 cases in America, and like 2 of them died. You know what I mean? Like it's
But you don't remember Ebola at its prime
it was
when it was ravaging Africa.
How
Yeah, he
badly
has
did
a
it
point.
ravage Africa?
It was really. My mom talks about Ebola. She was like, "Oh, like motherfuckers, like if you got Ebola, it was a death sentence.
Oh,
Like
word.
it was a wrap. You remember it got eradicated from Earth. That's how bad it was. They had to we had to talk about quarantine. It was like if you got it, doctors aren't helping you. You're just in a room to die.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the outbreak from 13 to 16. Let's see. Fatality rate was like around 60%.
Damn.
Ebola and
It killed. But the thing about a disease like Ebola though is that it kills so quickly that it can't become huge. At the end of the day, it only killed 11,000 people. Which for diseases, if we're going pure numbers, the diseases I have on my list blow that out of the water.
Yeah.
And it was what, like
So-
3 or 4 years only that it was scary.
Yeah.
Now I respect numbers, but once in a while we gotta go with quality. Like
Sure.
how crazy are you killing people?
Sure.
No, for sure. Ebola definitely. It's got like a very flashy trailer. It's like this could happen to you. Your eyes will bleed. Your nails will bleed. Like all that shit. But
Yeah,
it's
it's-
like, what is this really like? What are we worried about here?
Yeah, it's like it's like Batman versus Superman. More trailer than substance.
That trailer's fire though.
The trailer's fine for sure.
Trailer's
Without
fire,
a
though.
doubt.
But
More
that
people
movie
watch
was
the
longer than
trailer.
Ebola lasted. So it's like, how much credit can you give it? You know.
What did you have at 3 then, Morgan?
I had addiction.
Ooh.
Is that a disease?
Yeah, it is.
All right. It's definitely a disease.
Well, but why is it a disease?
Look, man, the AA people, they always say addiction's a disease. So that's what I'm going with.
They say a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, they do. They do. But some stuff, let's give them a little bit of credit for. It
I
definitely
think-
has the symptoms of a disease.
No,
And I think it's one of the only ones that really, really affects the people around you as much as it affects you.
I think maybe the idea of it being a disease helps people like manage it for sure. But is it really a disease more so that like, okay, you're taking a drug and then the neural pathways in your brain are like, oh, we like this, so you just want to get that reward constantly. Is that really a disease, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like a disease to me. You didn't have something before, then you had it, and then the chemistry in your body changed, and now you're fucked up.
Well, then the disease would be the drug more than what happens to you.
I mean, sure, it's the effect, what's happening to your body after the thing's introduced to you is fucking you up in a way. That's
no,
disease.
No, because we're not like even with cancer,
on,
flu,
Hassan.
common cold. No, but I'm being honest here. I'm being honest here. Is that cancer, flu, these are the things that cause the disease. The
But
things that cause the cold shuts your body down. The flu shuts your body down. The cancer shuts your body down. So the effect. So I'm saying that in your metaphor, the drugs would be the disease more so than the actual addiction.
somebody who is, I believe, has an addiction to, like, has an addictive personality.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it comes from myself, but so does cancer. So I think, therefore, it is fine to call it a disease.
Well, cancer comes. I mean, it starts inside your body, but it like comes from.
Comes in many forms.
Yeah.
It comes in many forms.
But one of those
can have
forms
cancer.
is from within. So therefore,
Yeah. I think personally, like, this is a psychological disease.
Yeah, but
Are we
so
split
was-
here?
So was a haunted house.
what?
Wait, what? You gotta explain that a little bit.
I don't know. I wouldn't call addiction a disease. Not
I would.
not in the way that the diseases I've written down are diseases.
But this one is like a disease where it can ruin so many different aspects of your life. No one, and the sad thing about addiction is, up until lately, no one really respects it. I think that's even what's crazier about it. Like, you guys don't respect addiction.
Well, I mean, at the
Things
end
of
of the day,
weakness, kind of like cancer.
I make
No.
decisions based on my respect for addiction.
yeah, but like at the end of the day, even if I were to consider it a disease, I'm looking at the diseases I have in my top 10, and sure, addiction is horrible and affects the people around you, but like every disease that I'm looking at here has eradicated communities.
So is addiction.
So does addiction. What are you talking about? You see what happened in D.C. and Maryland with the crack epidemic?
Yeah, like, what are we talking
They
about?
call it the crack epidemic.
But then eradicating the community? It didn't fuck up an entire generation of people?
Yeah.
That's fair. So we feel very split on addiction.
I mean, dude, people
Now,
were
I
getting
wouldn't-
fucked up off of booze back in the day. They had to ban it. You know what I mean?
wouldn't put it on number 3 personally, but I do think it can be on the list as a disease.
Okay, I respect that.
That I'll say. Like, I don't think addiction is like top 3.
Yeah, it was my 3, but I also made the list last night. And contrary to what Matt said, this is the least amount of effort I put into one of these.
Then what was your number 4?
My number 4?
Yeah, because you
Herpes.
had really
Ooh.
Yes.
I have herpes on mine.
out
Bro,
of
it's a thing that not a lot of people want to admit that they deal with, even though the numbers are overwhelming.
It's like 1 in
More
3,
people have
right?
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still a thing. Like you're thinking about it.
What
I'm
are you
not
Right.
talking
necessarily
about, like,
thinking about the
mouth
flu all
sores
the
or,
time,
like,
but herpes are like, huh?
you talking about the mouth sores or like genital?
All of it.
I think you
Well-
include everything.
1 in 3 has some form of herpes.
Yeah. 1 in 3 sexually
Whether-
active adults.
So one of us has herpes.
Hey,
Well, you said
or
sexually active.
or
Two.
or all of us.
I have herpes. Is that what you're saying?
But
I like herpes.
Um,
I have it a little lower just because it's like everyone has it kind of thing, and
I don't have herpes on mine.
it's treatable.
yeah, I didn't have.
I mean,
This-
herpes is, I don't know.
It's the
Would
common cold
I-
of STDs.
Sure, but I'm just like it influences your decision making a little bit.
Yeah. I
Right.
think there's a bigger STD on this list, though.
Well,
I
that's.
have a different-
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
had
I
that
think
at 6.
I have.
Not the one you guys are expecting.
What is it? Syphilis?
No.
No.
Nah, I'm not expecting that. But no, I had the STI. I mean, I told you I had it at 2 was HIV.
Yeah.
Just
This
because
is-
that's to me that's the scariest one. It's like the only one they teach you in school. Like, hey, this is a death sentence. That's how they taught us to us in school. Now, not so much anymore.
And
But
I don't think we fully understand the impact it had on culture when it was around because we weren't alive. But like people talk about it like it was coronavirus, like it was
Yeah.
all over the news. You had to be careful of it. You had to be aware of it.
people wouldn't even touch anyone who had it. They
Yeah.
wouldn't physically touch anyone who had it. That's insane. That's like some modern day leprosy stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's over though. It's
You
like
think it's over?
well, not over.
Yeah, it's over, but-
no, it's over in America.
Well, it's
So
over
not
in
necessarily
America.
over, but like it's very treatable and like you could live with it now.
Yeah.
It's not
In
where
America,
it
it's
was.
Historically,
Yeah,
though,
in America for sure, but
Historically,
other
it's
places not so
huge.
much.
It definitely has that huge boogeyman factor to it still, I would say.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you don't want to get the. I mean, I think we all, whenever we get tested, we're like, oh fuck. You just have that
Yeah.
moment of like, if I have HIV, that's gonna be such a weird feeling.
yeah. It's gonna,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a bad-
it's like, oh, like how I date's gonna be different. Like everything is
Yeah.
gonna change. Everything is gonna change.
Yeah.
You ever shared a bowl with a guy who has AIDS?
yeah.
No.
It's a little spooky.
AIDS or HIV?
HIV.
Son, you for sure have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you work at the comedy store, you definitely have.
Or if
Yeah.
you're talking to him and he gets a little spittle and you can feel it touch your face, you get a little freaked out.
So my mom, she used to work at John Hopkins, and she used to work in the HIV unit.
Mhm.
And one time, this guy who they didn't know if he was HIV positive or not, she was trying to help him. She was trying to inject him with, I think, some medicine, and he freaked out. And then the injection went from inside him into her.
Oof.
So for like 3 days, we're like, she might have HIV.
Oof.
So she had to get tested every month
Damn.
just for HIV. It was such a crazy time.
That's wild.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of like how scary it was and how culturally, I mean, what was it as culturally relevant in other countries?
Yeah.
I mean, in
For
Africa,
In Africa for sure. That's why I said that me calling it
Oh, yeah.
over was very like.
And India. In India, it's still a huge problem.
wow. Yeah.
And what's it called? Recently in Indiana, within the last 5 years, there's been a massive breakout of HIV.
For real?
Indiana,
Yeah.
the state.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, that has to do with needles more so than sex. Well, both.
Right.
But
Oh,
they
addiction! Wow, look at that.
Nobody said they were addicted to heroin.
It's back in the news. It's crazy.
Nobody said they were addicted to heroin. They're just using it.
Okay, hey.
That's weird of you to assume.
We've seen the people in Indiana. It wasn't the sex. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely heroin. All right. I mean, I kind of want to put HIV here, but I'm open to other stuff too. There's stuff we haven't even talked about yet. I think heart disease can be talked about here too.
Yeah.
Heart disease could be talked about. I would like HIV just because like I feel like it'd be cool. We need a little bit of a splash on this list.
Yeah.
This
This
list
is where
feels
I had it, so I'm fine with putting it here.
No, the boogeyman factor kind of swayed me.
I'm definitely cool with putting HIV up there. My number 4 is going to be disappointment. You guys are going to hate it.
Try me. I might have found an ally.
Ooh,
Cooties?
diabetes.
Ooh!
I didn't even write that down.
Diabetes.
Okay.
For such a long period of time, no one knew what it was.
Okay.
Wait, did you say diabetes or cooties?
Diabetes, not
More
cooties.
I thought you said cooties.
You got that excited over cooties?
Yeah, I love that. That's a great answer. That's such a funny
Like,
answer.
wait, HIV is already on this list. What are you
It
talking
is.
about?
Yeah, that's mega cooties, dude.
Cooties is such a funny answer. I loved it. Yeah, diabetes is pretty big too.
Diabetes, silent killer. Like so many people don't even know they have it, and you can like having like a going into shock is such an easy thing to go into, and you don't even realize it if your blood sugar isn't at the right level.
Yeah.
I have so many uncles with diabetes. One had to like literally amputate his foot. Like that shit's wild.
Yeah, it's real.
Well, that's the thing about diabetes too. You can have it for a while, and if you don't take care of it, it's like, all right, give me that foot. It's like, wait, what?
Diabetes takes limbs.
Yeah.
And you get it from just
And there's
eating
two types.
good food.
Yeah.
Or not even that. You can get it from eating good food, or you could just be born with it and good fucking luck. And that's just it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just it. I always remember the kids in school with diabetes.
Yep.
I had an uncle who had it so bad and didn't realize it because it was still like modern medicine hadn't reached the village yet.
Mhm.
So when he would piss, ants would eat his piss. That's how
Oh,
much
because it
sugar
was sugary, right?
was in his piss. He had no idea. They thought it was magical.
To be fair, I think I'd be mad. I would think I was magical too.
Magic.
Hey, yo, look what I can do with my ant real quick. Look,
What if-
Yeah.
That's your only trick, though. That's your only power.
Wouldn't that make you want to try to taste your pee, though? If you thought it was magical and ants are eating it, you'd be like, I gotta make sure. I gotta see if it tastes good.
He makes his own lemonade stand.
Oh.
Damn, yeah, I kind of like diabetes up here, too.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
My number 5 was the Black Plague.
Ooh, didn't even think about it.
Is that supposed to be number 5 for me?
I like diabetes at 5.
Because we put AIDS at number 5. 4.
Okay,
We put AIDS
4,
at number 4.
yeah.
Hey, we also on Twitch we got a raid from
Hey,
Max
dope.
Eddy. Thank you. We're talking about top 10 diseases, so you came out a great time. A great positive episode.
We're talking about diabetes versus the Black Plague.
Yeah.
What was the Black Plague?
The Black Plague was like, I don't remember what
But-
I read. It was like 200 million people died or something like that.
It killed a third of Europe, and plague is its own disease. So plague still exists.
Mm-hmm.
So and then it was carried by rats.
Like fleas that would get into rats that would be on ships.
Mm-hmm. And it was a sort of a perfect storm historically. So at the time, the Pope thought the cats were like devil creatures. So he had all stray cats murdered, and so the rats ran amok. And then that's the same time Black Plague was introduced to Europe. So all of that combined, and the reason why the plague doctor masks are so you've seen the plague doctor masks, right? So they thought it came from bad smells. And so they put good smells in their mask, but ironically, the mask was saving them from the germs, so that's why they thought it worked.
Not even good smells though. They'd put like onions and garlic and shit in there. I read
That's
just smells in general to like keep shit out. How funny is it that modern medicine used to be just people thinking like magic existed and
Yeah.
they smell bad. Oh.
Yeah. They used to with George Washington in the George Washington time. They used to like put leeches on people, thinking they could suck the disease out. That's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah. I mean, but isn't that still kind of work though? The leeches, like, isn't that like it's not gonna work for most diseases, but doesn't that work for like the modern, like the common cold and shit?
Does it? I can't imagine them sucking the cold out of your blood.
Yeah, that doesn't sound wild to you?
if I went to a doctor and they put leeches on me, they're like, hey, this still works. I'd be like,
I don't think so, bro. Yeah.
this is fucking Obamacare, I guess.
Hey, guys, get some Tylenol.
That's why they take care of shit in Canada.
Just leeches. All right, so what else should we? I mean, this is our last top 5 spot. What else should we have in the conversation here?
So you have heart disease, diabetes, cooties.
Chat says technically dialysis is the modern medicine version of leeches.
No, that's true.
So
Good point.
there was a thing. That was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of in a
I mean,
roundabout way.
it's not leeches,
What-
just so you know.
I think it's a little more targeted than that. I think it's a little more.
Could you imagine showing up to the doctor and you're like, "Hey, you got your dialysis?" He's like, "Actually, I prefer a leech if y'all have it
If you need those
in
leeches.
the back."
So, okay, so a
I was
5
gonna
year.
pitch Alzheimer's,
Oof.
the top 5.
Ooh, ironically, I forgot about that completely
Yeah, I mean,
on my list.
Alzheimer's just like fucks your life up, though. You know what I mean? Because you can't remember anything.
So,
And
okay,
These other things just
Anything.
they can just like get you out of here. They kill you.
It's an old
So-
people disease.
so
Yeah,
what
I'll
do
worry
we,
about Alzheimer's when I get there.
what do we have here at 5? It's we're in between
Diabetes,
what?
heart disease, and black plague are the 3 we've talked about.
Diabetes, heart disease, and plaque plague. I feel like it's got to be heart disease, right? The number one killer of people
Yeah.
in the world right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
It's
thinking black
got-
plague because it was the biggest
I-
epidemic.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
Black Plague only happened in one part of the world.
No, it didn't. It traveled everywhere.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Y'all
It killed-
exploring, motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah.
Keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, black plague and heart disease are my 5 and 6. I do like diabetes though, but yeah, I don't know if it beats heart disease.
No.
I think it beats heart disease. Diabetes also is, I think, a little bit more manageable, right?
Yes.
Whereas, like, once you know it, then you can kind of definitely manage it. Now, if you're
Yeah, you have
American and you need insulin, you also have to be rich. But in most places, it is more manageable if you know you have it.
Shout
Yeah,
out-
but even like a lot of
shout out
times too, you
Martin
could just like
Shkreli.
change your diet too, and like shit'll get better. It's like, yeah, just have one
Yeah.
piece of cheesecake a month.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to go heart disease here.
I'll go heart disease
Yeah.
right now.
Disease.
No love for the classics. All right, that's our top 5 then: cancer, common cold, influenza, HIV, heart disease.
It's a good top 5.
Fun top
That's a good
5.
top. And yeah, now I'm very open to Black Death just because that's probably the most famous of the plagues that we've had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
a third of Europe.
I would pitch smallpox.
I have smallpox. You know what's crazy? I forgot smallpox is my 5.
Is your number 5? Okay. So, because it's killed like over 300 million.
Damn.
That chickenpox that's derived from smallpox, and at the beginning of the pandemic, I was just looking up lists of pandemics because I was just curious at how long they've lasted around the world. And most pandemics in the world up until it got eradicated were smallpox.
Hmm.
That's the one that smallpox more than anything wiped out the Native Americans. I think it's the only disease I think that I can think of off the top of my head that's wiped out a whole race of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it is a one-hit wonder.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not though. I'm saying it's a one hit. It's a one hit wonder for us because it was huge, and
No,
then
it's
we
one-
eradicated.
One-hit wonder because you can only get it once, right?
If you survive, isn't the survival rate really small though for smallpox?
Yeah, what's the survival rate of smallpox?
Yeah, you can get chickenpox ones. I don't even think that's true.
Yeah, I never got chickenpox.
Yeah,
Me neither, but you got to worry about shingles.
some parents will give their kids chickenpox when they're really young, so they don't get it when they're older.
Well, because if you get chickenpox when you're older, it's deadly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For real?
Mhm.
Yeah, my buddy, it's shingles when you're older.
yeah.
And it's like your lungs start like hardening up and shit.
Yeah,
Yo, what?
that's why
Yeah.
if you've never had chickenpox and your kid gets chickenpox, you gotta go away. You gotta like be away from your kid. That's like a huge deal. That's why when a kid has chickenpox at school, people send their kid to go play with that kid, so they get chickenpox. Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what shingles, dog?
Hold up. What?
Yeah,
This guy
shingles.
is an
That's
adult.
Small, yeah.
Small
Yeah.
from chickenpox?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's called shingles.
Smallpox.
That's why you make sure you get it as a kid.
Yeah, smallpox used to kill millions every year with a 30% mortality rate.
Damn.
I mean, it's now that we've eradicated it, but like I said, it's most of it's most of the epidemics of pandemics that have happened around the world. It's like it's pretty big deal. So if we were to put a historical disease, I think as far as beating Black Plague, smallpox has
You think it
smallpox
beats
should be
Black
talked
Plague?
about. I think it
it's killed
could.
more people.
It's definitely killed more
Black Plague-
people.
Yeah.
Black Plague probably has more buzz, obviously, but like
Black Plague eradicated though.
smallpox took out the Native Americans.
So like
You-
the
you
cure to
focus on
Black
Europe
Plague was
right
just
now.
taking a
I see what
shower.
you're doing. I see what you're doing, and it's not cool. Okay, man.
Hey,
I see what you're doing.
all I'm saying
Small-
is we won this land fair and square.
Smallpox has killed around 500 million people the last
Jeez.
100 years of its existence.
What did Black Plague do?
What's the last 100? Black Plague? How many did Black?
200 mil.
Let me see. How many people
Very
did?
stats heavy episode.
25 million.
Smallpox.
So
Smallpox.
You gotta get the smallpox.
yeah. I mean, numbers wise, we got to put smallpox ahead of it.
All right.
Putting up 10 times the murders or fucking more than that.
Smallpox.
More than that, 20 times the murders.
Yeah.
More like big pox with the amount of people it's killing.
Yeah.
Also, like the cure to Black Plague was like everyone wash your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
stop like pissing on the street and dumping garbage everywhere. So clean up your act a little bit. No more Black Plague.
Agreed.
Well, smallpox was stop using those blankets, right?
Yeah.
That's an even easier solution. This isn't
Also,
live, is it?
Yeah. Also, if you look at the Wikipedia for smallpox, just the first picture is a small girl with smallpox, and it's like, oh, I don't want whatever that is.
I'm not gonna look.
Yeah. Most disease pictures I look at, I'm like, I wouldn't mind that, but smallpox,
Yeah.
a little scary.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She look like she need lotion.
All right.
Hold it up. Is it on your phone? Hold it up to the camera.
I can
Oh, no,
hold it
look
to the
up on
camera.
computer. Ooh, poor girl. Ah.
Oh no.
Damn.
She looks like
Looks like Aquaman, kinda.
the stone guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dragon
I-
scale.
Grace-
Yeah.
I
Dragon
think that
scale, yeah.
if I had to guess, that's based somewhat on smallpox.
Ugh.
Probably.
All right, smallpox definitely over Black Plague.
All right, cool. So that's 6 already.
I think.
I think here we
sorry,
can
go
bring
ahead.
back. We can talk about herpes a little bit.
Okay.
You know about herpes? I have chat brought this up earlier, but I have this on my list right now. Is polio?
Polio.
Yeah, I had polio at 9.
Yeah, polio.
Polio did not make my list.
Interesting.
I don't really know
Polio
much
day.
about it, but I know it was.
Yeah.
A lot of people had it at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was huge. A president had it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what made it super famous, I think.
And,
He caught polio and then he couldn't use his legs or something.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
loved playing that game, Markio Polio.
Yeah.
So
It was like Marco Polo, but on land, and the person who was was in a wheelchair. I think I remember that game.
we're on 7, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's time to start
Imagine-
talking about the big C.
Imagine
With a little
somebody.
C.
Imagine somebody playing Marco Polo while having polio is very funny.
Yeah. They'd be drowning.
Yeah.
What does polio affect? Just your like bodily functions?
Your
I think
nervous
central
system.
nervous system. Yeah.
hmm
Oh.
Um,
I'm so nervous. I got this polio.
so
Ugh.
does it,
Yeah.
does it affect your brain or just your body?
Your body. And up to
Yeah.
70% of those infected have no symptoms.
Oh wow,
No, bro. Yeah, all right. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
still a banger though.
yeah.
Well, it was definitely one where the world was like, oh, we gotta eradicate this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk polio then. Let's talk herpes.
So I know herpes is the most prevalent sexual disease, but one that I was like, thinking of like, herpes is like a kind of a bummer, like what's a fun sexual disease, and like chlamydia is when I was like going to,
Why is that fun?
because it's like, Because like the way you get it is still sex, but you can get rid of it. You know, it stays with you a week.
I want chlamydia, bro.
I'm saying though, you
You're
got
just out
the
here fine
burn of
with getting
herpes,
chlamydia?
huh?
You're just out here fine with getting chlamydia?
Yeah, I totally would rather get chlamydia than herpes.
Rather,
Yeah.
Herpes stays with you for life. I mean, you can get rid of herpes. There is a way to get rid of herpes. Like I've heard, when you like recycle your blood, you can get rid of it that way. I dated this girl who said that her ex-husband got rid of his herpes through recycling his blood. But
Sounds like
chlamydia,
she was lying to you. Sounds like she was lying to you.
Oh no!
Yeah, my husband had it, but he got rid of it. He
got rid of it.
He recycled his blood, you know.
Yeah, he threw it.
Excuse me?
You know that
Yeah,
thing we all do,
What's
we
crazier?
recycle our blood.
What's wilder? That
he
I
took-
that
he
she
took his
believed that or
blood?
I believe.
Yeah, I think it's wilder that you believe that for sure. Yeah. What he did is he put his blood and put it in the blue bin,
Yes.
like the city told us. It came back.
Y'all
There's
give
a
it
homeless
the-
person going through it. He's like, "You're gonna keep his blood."
Just a guy in a factory picking the herpes out. Yeah.
A lot of times, homeless people will come down and dig through the blue bin to find the herpes.
Yeah.
You can return it.
But it's true. It's true. But I think chlamydia is a better, like a fun disease.
Is it
as opposed
more?
to-
Is it more iconic than herpes though?
No,
It's
I
not
don't
more
think so.
iconic, but I think it does more. I think there's a lot more people who've had chlamydia than they would know. You would think.
I think more people have herpes, have some form of herpes
Oh,
than they
for
have
sure.
chlamydia, for sure.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
But that's why I'm saying it's fun compared to herpes.
Stop trying to make chlamydia fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fun.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like you're trying to convince yourself right now. Like, no, this is fun.
Fun.
This
Listen,
never
of all
had-
STDs
I've
I
never
could've
had
gotten,
chlamydia.
Chlamydia is the most fun.
I've never had chlamydia, but if I had to get a sexual transmitted disease, that would be
yeah, I would pick. But that kind of weakens it as a disease. That if out of all the diseases to pick, I would pick that. That definitely weakens it. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I
also,
don't know.
If
I
had
guess
to
I'd
pick-
rather have the cold than anything else. But
If I had to pick one STD disease to have, it'd be addiction.
How dare you?
All right.
Right?
Did you get addicted to getting chlamydia?
the
I
most
just
fun
love getting.
disease. All right,
the
so
roller coaster.
what do we have? We have herpes, diabetes, addiction, polio.
I feel like diabetes. I feel like at a certain point we can't stop this. We gotta stop disrespecting diabetes a little bit.
Yeah.
I
agree.
think 7 is probably a good spot for diabetes.
How do I mean, more people have herpes than diabetes, right?
That's a good point.
Probably.
Yeah, but diabetes be fucking people up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna lose a fucking limb from herpes.
No, but you're gonna lose sexual partners.
But not even.
You
Not
can
even
use
just.
that for
not really.
diabetes, too. You don't be working with
I
diabetes.
found there was a girl I was talking to, and I found out she had herpes, and I stopped talking to her.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, I mean, her loss, I guess, but
Her loss.
sure. It's unfortunate she lost to Matt Lockwood.
But it is one of those things where herpes, you can have a sexual partner. You could be married to someone with herpes and not get herpes.
Yeah, bro, they got
guess
their
it-
own app.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
like one of those things.
To be fair,
Too.
too, I was
What's
talking to
diabetes,
this girl
though?
and found out she had diabetes, and then didn't sleep with her. So
Yeah. I don't want an extra foot. You thought you got the foot? That's how it happened.
I don't need 3 feet.
What do I do with
What
this foot?
I don't want to have to cut the foot.
Yeah.
Umbilical cord.
Yeah. What do you guys think? What do you want to put here?
I think
I go diabetes over herpes.
think diabetes
No, I
over
go
herpes.
herpes over diabetes.
Damn,
Really?
I would say herpes too.
I
Damn.
go herpes over diabetes.
You know what? I don't believe in diabetes strongly enough to argue it over herpes. So if you guys want herpes, I'm okay with herpes.
Should we
Yeah, I
go
mean, I had herpes at 4.
7,
That's
diabetes
fine.
8?
Yeah, I would like that. That wouldn't be bad.
That works.
All right.
I think at 9, I want to bring up just because they are a huge carrier of diseases, and this is the biggest disease that they have, I have malaria at 9.
Who's they?
Mosquitoes.
Well,
Yeah.
Mosquitoes are, outside of rats, to me, are the biggest carrier of disease, and I think they deserve some sort of shout out on this list. And I don't think there's anything bigger than malaria. Like if you, if you leave the country, you gotta take every time I went to Bangladesh, I had to go to the doctor and get stuff get treatments for stuff like this, just in case, you know what I mean, just in case I get bitten by a mosquito over there. It's definitely, they're definitely disease transmitters, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to put mosquitoes as the disease transmitters or malaria?
Well,
Malaria.
Malaria is the biggest disease that they transmit. That's the most. I think that's the one that kills the most. That's the one that's most famous. It has the boogeyman thing that AIDS has. It's the most boogeyman of the malaria of the mosquito diseases.
Mosquitoes, they also have a new disease every 2 years. remember Zika?
Yeah.
Zika,
West Nile. Yeah.
fever,
oh yeah, West Nile too. Damn.
West Nile.
Can you get AIDS from mosquitoes?
No, I don't think so.
If you fuck one that has AIDS?
Yeah. Yellow fever is also mosquitoes, and then dengue fever is also mosquitoes as well.
Yeah, dengue fever. I feel like we're missing something though.
I had a couple fun ones to close it out. I'm not gonna read my number 8 because you guys are gonna take it seriously.
Well,
but number 9, my number 8 was racism. My number 9,
not a disease.
number 9,
It's
fair enough.
untreatable.
We could argue it. It's hereditary. Number 9, I had mononucleosis.
Okay.
Oh,
You're down for a couple months, but you were going a little too hard, kissing strangers at a
mono.
bar. Yeah, mono's kind of fun. It's kind of cute. You get when you're in high school and shit. And number 10, diarrhea is no, because chlamydia is no. Different. It's a little different.
You can
Because
get
when
mono
your
being
thing's
sexy.
affected, yeah, you can get mono being cute. You only get chlamydia doing
Christian
the
mono.
thing. Yeah.
okay.
And diarrhea at 10 because objectively you just can't stop pooping. That's pretty fucking funny.
Is diarrhea a disease or is it a symptom?
Symptom.
Symptom.
Yeah.
You can
God
die
damn
from
it.
diarrhea, but it's a symptom of a disease. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel diarrhea is more of a symptom than a disease.
All right.
Although I do like where your head's at. I do. If this was top 10 symptoms, bro, diarrhea number
That's
1.
so funny.
Diarrhea would be top 5 for sure.
Yeah, that's how you know something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Number 9 for me was rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
Is that a disease?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
For sure.
It's an immunocompromised disease.
Okay.
Your immune system-
Arthritis always just sounds like a fucking
More than 3 of
not
the
a
things
symptom,
you said.
like an injury. Mono's a disease, bro. Stop it.
You said addiction and racism. And diarrhea.
I stand by addiction and I stand by racism.
Addiction, racism, and diarrhea. That sounds like every day for me.
I stand by addiction. Racism, I don't know.
It's a
feel like,
cultural disease.
It's not a
I feel like
disease.
it does. I feel like we stopped that with Obama. You know,
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. There was no more racism after that. It's over.
You know?
Racism's over.
the first African president stopped.
Yeah.
I had Corona at 8.
I had it
Corona?
7.
Oh, wait, not COVID, but Corona in general.
Well, whatever. COVID.
I do like Corona better because Corona was way scarier than COVID.
Well, COVID is just all coronas are COVIDs.
I know, but when we were just calling it coronavirus, that was a way scarier time than when we started calling it COVID.
Virus. So has a epidemic, has a plague shut down the entire world before?
No. Not that we know of, no.
This is the first one.
So, yeah,
I think
you're
you
right.
have to put some
Well,
respect on his name.
didn't the Spanish flu do that though in 1918? Didn't it shut down the world? Didn't some of the stuff happen? Like we had lockdowns and stuff in 1918. Or am I mistaken?
I think we just took certain precautions to people wear masks and shit, but it didn't shut down the world like COVID did.
This was maybe because we don't know what it was like back then, but how documented this was and how this shut down. Every nation shut down for at least that first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
At least 2 weeks, every nation shut down, and then however long it shut down after that was kind of based on the politics of the place. But it definitely affected everything in a crazy way.
It's not to say that this is more deadly or a worse disease than the other ones, but the fact that we have those lines of communication and the ability to make those decisions.
Yeah, this is like the first one that the whole world cared about at the same time at once.
Yeah.
And
it really united us.
Should I say my number 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
The human race.
I love this. I just had
Oh
this
my
conversation
God.
the other day.
Man, we're not gonna dismiss racism and then be like, I love the human race.
Well, the racism is a symptom of the human race.
We are
Racism is a
cancer to
symptom of the human race.
Because we're gonna go the human race, we're a cancer to the world, whatever. But like racism is a cancer to humanity. It just depends on how you like look at what the living body of thing is that's being affected by said
You
disease.
can't call the
Sometimes
human
racism
race
is
a
good.
cancer. Human race, in my opinion, because we've only been here for such a spectrum of time. We're not a cancer. Cancer takes a long
Okay,
time.
all right.
We are in my opinion,
We're the Ebola of the human race.
we're the
Of the
Ebola
planet.
human-
Of the
planet.
Earth. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
We are
We're making
fucking
it
up.
bleed
It's,
out of its eyes.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Earth is bleeding oil in so many places right now. If you go to Pearl Harbor, it's just constant oil being leaked into the water at Pearl Harbor. Constant. And that's just one place with a
Just the
small
amount of-
disaster.
The smog that's you can see from space, like everything. We're
Mm-hmm.
just ravishing this planet, and that's what I really came onto this podcast to do, is to talk about recycling.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, and I like the abstract answer, but it's like we're just treating the Earth as like a living thing instead of just like a rock
Earth is a
flying
living
around.
thing.
It is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
We know it's not. This isn't. It's a rock.
Morgan,
The ecosystem is a thing. No, the ecosystem is full of
What's that
living
thing
things. They all
behind
work together. But
What's that little thing behind you?
beads. Adam Sandler, the plant.
Plant.
Oh, that.
The
yeah,
plant.
the third thing.
And what is the plant named after? The planet. So, ergo,
Wait.
the disease
Get his ass.
that's taking over this planet that you're on.
Look, I like the answer. I'm just saying, if we're going to include abstract things, then racism is also an acceptable answer.
So racism is a symptom of humanity. You don't see animals being racist to another.
Yes, you
Racism
do.
is
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
Racism is
You don't even
diarrhea.
racism is diarrhea. Also, we don't even have to eat animals, and we eat the animals. That's how fucked up humanity is.
Yeah.
Humanity is so fucked up. Humans eat other humans. You don't see other animals eating other animals.
Can we put racism is diarrhea on a T-shirt?
That could be our first
Because it-
merch.
It's just a picture of the picture of the Earth with a thermometer in its mouth, looking sick.
Sitting on the toilet.
Oh, it's so funny.
The Earth is in blackface. It's just like
It's either the Earth or it's either Mother Gaia from Captain Planet. Just
Oh,
sitting
God.
on the toilet, taking a shit.
Um,
So yeah, that's my number 10. Race, humanity, human race.
All right. I had tuberculosis at 10.
I just want to make a quick shout out to the chat. Thank you, Splotch, for joining. He says he loved this and had a great time.
Hell yeah. Or she.
Or she. That's a good point.
Son always assumes everyone's a man.
Yeah, on Twitch for sure. Hey, if you're watching us, I assume you're a man.
All right, so we have 2 spots left. We talked about. I mean, we haven't even put Black Plague on the list.
I know.
Corona, polio, tuberculosis. Well, not tuberculosis. Humanity. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? I think Corona's got to make the list, to be honest.
I think Corona's
I'm
gonna.
at 9 for sure.
Yeah.
I think Corona's number 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at this point we can put COVID.
Coronavirus.
Because I mean, what Corona has for it is it does have the potential to become like another flu, where it's like you can get flu and you're out for a week, or you get Corona and you're out for a week.
Yeah.
We're in
So-
Corona's like rookie season.
Yes, we're in the 1919 version of Corona.
Corona came in this bitch like Bo Jackson, just shutting
Yeah.
shit down. No one's ever seen anything like this before.
All right, 1 spot left. Who wants it?
Damn. Is there any other So what do we have here? We have.
Black Plague, Ebola,
Ooh, I forgot about Ebola.
chlamydia. Just as a Bible boy, shout out leprosy.
Yo, I had that number 11, Matt. Swear to God.
I wrote down
I had
11 and put
11.
leprosy because I
Yo,
wanted to make sure to shout it.
yeah, thank you. I didn't want to get to that. Yo, talk about it.
They used to
time,
send
bro.
you to caves if you
Yeah.
fucking got leprosy.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you a cave monster now.
And it's still around.
Bro, leprosy was up there with like quicksand for like shit I was scared of as like a little kid that
Yes.
never was ever going to affect me at all.
Hey, you know what?
Leprosy, I did growing up, I did think leprosy was like this big scary. I thought I would for sure
Yeah.
meet someone with leprosy eventually.
And the worst part too, when they explained it to you, is like you couldn't like talk to any of your friends or be around anybody.
Yeah.
You were just like alone and your
You were
skin was falling
excommunicated
off.
from the town.
Yeah,
had to go,
bro.
You have to go die
Lepers were
alone.
no good. Yeah,
Brutal.
I like leprosy a 10 to be honest.
Hassan,
No.
is a leprosy in other religion?
I mean, well, considering how much the Quran is based on the Bible, I would assume leprosy is pretty big there.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to retreat now.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that it's very rare, and there's like antibiotics for it. But also like leprosy
After
can be cured.
4,000 years, I sure hope they can.
Yeah. I mean, over here, I still like Black Death, the plague.
Yeah.
I also want to throw one out there: pneumonia.
Yeah, pneumonia for sure.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's how because at the end of the day, most of the time the flu, the cold, what gets you is the pneumonia. It allows the pneumonia in.
No, I've had pneumonia a couple times. It's not fun.
So the reason I included tuberculosis was because you still have to get shots for it all the time, or every 4 years or whatever. But I don't really know anything about it, or if it kills you. What about
Wait,
rabies?
so you have to keep getting. What about what?
Rabies. Do you know that if you get rabies, that like
You're dead.
You're dead.
It's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Well, if you get the shot before it though, you're good.
Right.
Well, if you get the shot before a certain point. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you're bit by a rabid animal, all you gotta do is get the shot.
Yeah. Rabies feels like it doesn't have the staying power.
Y'all ever seen an animal
The
with
thing about
rabies?
rabies though is that it kind of makes you an animal. Like you start like convulsing and like twitching and foaming at the mouth. You know, it's like chlamydia for your body. You know.
This man just loves
Pretty
chlamydia.
fun.
Let's see what else we got. SARS, Anthrax.
That's not a disease though, is it? Anthrax?
Yeah, I read it was.
Anthrax is a disease? I
Yeah.
thought it was like more of like a.
They like put it on the powder.
Oh.
But technically, it's a
I didn't know.
disease.
That.
Anthrax had
I thought it was
I
anthrax.
didn't know
powder.
that until I looked it up. Yeah.
Anthrax
Oh,
just
look
had
up
like a big,
anthrax?
great campaign, but it's really
Wait, hold
not
on,
that.
hold on.
It ain't shit.
Matt, why was you looking up anthrax? That's not just fates.
Yeah.
Why would I send it to Hassan? There's like 6.5 million more people I'd rather kill than Hassan.
Nice.
What are we looking at for 10?
So the 6 we have are Ebola, Black Death, leprosy, pneumonia, chlamydia, and polio.
Just immediate reaction is Black Death.
Yeah, that's my immediate reaction as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel complete without the mention of the bubonic plague.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Bubonic. See, you should call it bubonic plague though, because that sounds like a dope ass name.
Is that the same thing?
I know it's the same thing, but
Yeah.
from a branding standpoint, bubonic versus Black Death.
Oh, Black
You
Death
talking
is
about
hard.
For sure is better than
Wait,
bubonic plague.
why is it bad? Because it's Black Death.
Bubonic plague
Yeah.
sounds like a bouncy.
Sorry. Okay, fine. African American death. That's what Yeah, I think we got
diseases. Okay.
Are they the same thing?
bubonic plague and Black Death.
Yeah.
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 Like COVID and coronavirus.
Just bubonic
Yeah.
sounds fucking harder though.
Bubonic is a more
And
fun
the
thing to say.
Black Death? That's like the most metal name ever. If you were going to see a band named the Black Death, you'd be expecting to see the craziest show in your entire life.
Okay.
If I was going to see Bubonic Plague, they'd be playing like jazz with like goofy hats.
Bubonic plague sounds like Morgan's music. Bing, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, bing, 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 bing. We bubonic plague.
Plague is opening up for Beza.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's on stage 2. Bubonic plague is on stage 2.
Black Death is following Metallica.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put Black Death at 10. That's our list then.
Mm-hmm. All right.
all right.
So what are we getting on honorable mentions?
We'll
Ebola
put,
should be on there.
Ebola for
Ebola.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Addiction. We talked about enough.
Leprosy.
I think
addiction.
cholera should be on honorable mentions just because there was a book about it that was pretty
I have
famous.
no idea what it is, but
Oh
sure.
yeah, I just watched Serendipity. Cholera. Love in the Time of Cholera. Is that the book?
Love in the Time of Cholera. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Pneumonia. Chlamydia for
Pneumonia for sure.
Opey.
I think measles should be on there.
How do you spell
Measles.
chlamydia?
That's definitely a good one.
With two
Opey?
H's. I don't think it's 2 H's. Opey, you want to read your prescription bottle?
Sure. I just read my text.
Ooh,
Spelled CHLAMYDIA.
yeah, you
Hell
got
yeah,
it.
I got it right.
I think I in terms of fun names
The
to
clap.
put mad cow disease.
Mad cow, hell yeah.
That was in the news for a while for sure. I remember that people
Yeah,
were afraid of mad cow.
Malaria.
Malaria too.
Yeah, we missed
Addiction.
Addiction is on there. I'll put
Addiction's
the
on there.
race.
Human race.
Let's see what else I have. Pneumonia is on there. Syphilis.
Did we talk about jungle fever?
That's a different show. That's a different show.
No. Put that should be last. Jungle fever. Put that on last. Put that on last.
Yep.
But yeah. So I think syphilis should be on there too, just because of how crazy it was when it first came. Like people don't because the rookie season of syphilis was so long ago. People don't know how bad it was, but it was like people's limbs were falling off. It was like leprosy, but through sex.
For real?
Also, can you put the Game of Thrones disease on there too?
Yeah.
Scale.
Dragon scale.
If you want to read some nightmarish stuff, read about when syphilis first came into the world.
Damn,
That
I
shit
didn't
is
know about all that.
crazy. That shit is crazy. Yeah.
I'll read that book, Loving the Time of Syphilis.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's our list then. Real quick. Number 1, cancer. Number 2, common cold. Number 3, flu. 4, HIV/AIDS. 5, heart disease. 6, smallpox. 7, herpes. 8, diabetes. 9, coronavirus. 10, Black Death. / bubonic plague.
That's a solid list. That's a
Really good
solid
list.
list.
Yeah.
Really good list.
The chat's saying we missed trial liberalism, but
Chat did also mention. Chat did also mention Lou Gehrig's disease.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but no one watches baseball, so that doesn't really matter.
That's.
oh man, Opie, too bad you weren't here before. We were talking about mascots. You
Yeah, we don't gotta get
might have won the argument.
Cool. That's our list. Thank you, Opie, for doing it.
Yo, thanks for having me, man. I'd love to do it again. This
Hell
was
yeah,
so
we'll
much
have you on
fun.
again. Your Instagram handle's on the Twitch stream, but do you want to say anything else? Plug anything else?
Swanky Opie. Yeah, that's it. You follow me or whatever. I don't know. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Live your life.
Cool. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next week.